We're back in the Fantasy Bar. Huge Tuesday night slate of games. We've narrowed it down to 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. Got some power spots I really like. A starting pitcher feels way too cheap for his matchup here tonight in the strikeout department. We got my favorite stack for you, and I'm going to give you my favorite play on the entire slate who I'm loving tonight. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the Fantasy Bar. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Hope everybody had a great weekend and a great Monday. We are back with 6 of my favorite plays for this Tuesday night slate. Thank you, as always. Stopping by, hanging out in the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Before we get to those plays, do me a favor. Most important thing, take a second, hit that tip jar, and that is that thumbs up button. Thank you for that. Let's see how many we can get on the video today. Subscribe, hit that notification bell if you have not already. All right, ton of games, couple weather spots, some look worse than others. Any changes that are made will be done in the YouTube comment section. We will pin that comment, so if we have to go that route, we will also post something over on Twitter. All right, let's jump into it here with our first play for Tuesday night. We're going to the outfield with James Wood of Washington. So Wood continuing to rake here, obviously a very highly touted prospect and really starting to show why. Hits in 10 of his last 11 games, 11 home runs already here over the first 6 weeks of the season. Been really good against right-handed pitching. Talking to Wob, almost 400, ISO way up at 275, and look at that hard contact rate at nearly 70% against right-handed pitching. And I don't think we're going to get a ton of ownership here against Schwellenbach, looking like sub 5% here on James Wood. Now, Schwellenbach been solid, but does give up some power. 212 ISO and a 50% hard contact rate. I think this is a sneaky good power spot here at low ownership for James Wood. All right, let's knock out our catcher spot on DraftKings with Will Smith of the Dodgers. And you can certainly use him over on FanDuel as well. I think it's great value on both sites here. 5 multi-hit games for him over the last 10, so really swinging a good bat. And a guy that's traditionally hit lefties very well. We'll go back to the start of last season. Wob over 390, ISO over 280, so pretty big sample there against left-handed pitching. Spring's coming off a good start here. The strikeouts have not been there, so we should see plenty of balls in play here. Sub 18% strikeout rate against righties, and has a lot of home run in 6 of his last 7 starts. So hasn't been bombed for multiple home runs, but the power spot sneaky here for Will Smith, and his strong history against left-handed pitching makes him my favorite catcher option today over on DraftKings. All right, let's get you my favorite starting pitcher tonight. We are rolling with Dylan Cease of the Padres. Now, production definitely been kind of up and down here for Cease. We've seen some big games. We've also seen some duds, but I love the upside here in this spot. I think we're getting a nice discount here on that potential upside. Just $9,000 on FanDuel and way down to $8,300 over on DraftKings. Strikeouts have been steady, 6 or more in 6 of his 8 starts, coming off a 9 strikeout game. And we know double-digit strikeouts is definitely within the realm of possibilities here, especially in this matchup. No Mike Trout in this lineup, and this team has struck out more than any team in all of baseball against right-handed pitching this season at nearly 27%. I think Cease, double-digit strikeouts here tonight against this watered-down LA Angels lineup. All right, back to the bats and to the outfield with Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs. So nice little bump here for Pete Crow Armstrong. No Ian Happ, and he has slid into that leadoff spot. So more opportunity, more at-bats, more potential to put fantasy numbers on the board, and really hitting righties well to open up 2025. 380 WOBA and an ISO way up at 272, so plenty of power in this bat. Peloso, not a big strikeout pitcher either, just 15.8% against lefties. Also giving up a huge 16% barrel rate so far this season here. Pete Crow Armstrong now in that leadoff spot. Definitely a guy I'm looking at here for Tuesday night. All right, let's add another piece from my favorite stack of the night in the Cubs at first base with Michael Busch. Now, a lot of bats I love here. Kyle Tucker, not going to be in the video, very expensive, but another piece I love. But let's focus here on Michael Busch. Just $2,900 on FanDuel and even $4,700 on DraftKings. Lowest price we've seen on him in weeks here tonight. Ranked second on this team in both WOBA and ISO against righties, at WOBA over 400 and the ISO over 270. So very solid numbers here for Michael Busch. We talked about Pelosa. Low strikeout pitcher, gives up a ton of barrels. Look at that WOBA as well. 434, 2 left-handed hitters along with a 226 ISO and a fly ball rate up at 40%. So Pelosa checking a lot of boxes for me here tonight. Love the Cubs. Pete Crow Armstrong, Michael Busch being amongst my favorite. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Very easy to play. All you need to do, click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section, and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. 5 bets I'm going to give you. Whichever one scores the most fantasy points and your guess is the closest, we're going to give you a free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out in the fantasy bar. All right, let's wrap it up with my favorite play for Tuesday night. You know, Matt, Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We'll round out our outfield with Wyatt Langford of the Rangers, tonight's Beast of the Night. So kind of been a ho-hum start here to the year for Wyatt Langford. Not been bad, but not been great either. 7 home runs on the season, but I think it's only a matter of time before this guy gets going, especially against left-handed pitching, dating back to last season. 378 WOBA, 276 the ISO form against left-handed pitching, and I love this spot against Kyle Freeland. Over his last 3 starts, 28 hits allowed, 14 earned runs. Yes, I know he pitches at Coors. Only one of those starts came at Coors Field, and also been struggling against righties, and this is kind of a track record for Kyle Freeland. 396 WOBA this season and near 51% hard contact rate. I think Wyatt Langford in for a big night here against Kyle Freeland, making him easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Tuesday six-pack. Any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video or on Twitter at Beermakersfan and get your guess in. 5 hitters I gave you. Whichever one scores the most fantasy points and your guess is the closest on DraftKings, you're going to win yourself a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate. We'll take the next couple of days off with all the day games. We'll be back with another video on Friday. Go win some money, guys. Thanks again for hanging out, and we will see you.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on rotogrinders.com/videos.